Your body holds codes that no mental technique will ever access. You breathe, you walk, you speak, but there are regions within you that have never been touched the right way. Not because of ignorance, but because they were forgotten. In ancient times, the body was touched as one would touch a sacred instrument. Each point a note, each note a frequency, and when the frequencies aligned, vibrational portals would open. Thoth knew this secret. He understood that certain centers not only store energy, they shape the reality around them, but they only respond to a conscious touch. It is not enough to imagine, it is not enough to desire. You must vibrate with your body what you wish to create. Today, hardly anyone does this. We live like untuned harps trying to produce a perfect song. But there is a ritual, forgotten, deep, a code of vibrational touch that reactivates the body's centers of creation. Once you learn how to use it, your field will no longer echo old patterns. It will begin to resonate with what you truly wish to manifest. Your body vibrates long before you form a single thought. Every emotion, every intention, every desire first travels through the hidden pathways of your energetic biology. But here is a detail that very few understand. Some of these pathways do not activate on their own. Imagine dormant centers, waiting for a specific command, a touch that is not only physical, but vibrational, a touch that awakens, a touch that reconfigures, a touch that opens internal portals so that your external reality responds. This knowledge was carefully preserved by the ancient Hermetic masters. Thoth, the scribe of universal laws, taught that the human body is not merely flesh and bone. It is a field of hidden geometries, of resonance points, that, when properly activated, modulate the personal quantum field. But for this to happen, it is not enough to meditate. It is not enough to recite mantras or visualizations. You must act upon the body as if it were a sacred harp, with conscious touches that reorganize its most subtle flows. The promise is simple and measurable when you learn to touch these centers with rhythm, intention, and presence. Your vibrational field transforms. Stagnant patterns dissolve, internal portals open. The reality around you begins to reflect this new harmony. Today, you will gain access to this ritual, an ancient method that turns the body into a conscious emitter, capable of generating, with precision, the frequencies that shape the world you live in. Among the oldest records of Hermetic wisdom, there is a bold vision. The human body is not a passive container of consciousness. It is a temple, a living mechanism of vibrational transmutation designed to interact with the invisible forces that shape the cosmos. Thoth, the scribe of the spheres, left no doubts about this. In the fragments attributed to him, we find the key to a rarely explored teaching. Certain points in the body are both receivers and transmitters of vibrational codes. They are not merely energy centers, they are portals of creation, capable of altering the quantum field around you. This knowledge was not theoretical, it was practiced. In the initiation rituals of the Hermetic schools, the novice would learn that their ability to manifest depended on the coherence between the body, the field, and intention. Visualization without touch was considered an incomplete effort. Without activating the body's portals, manifestation would remain fragmented. Two teachings have endured through the millennia. First, as above, so below, the body reflects the laws that govern the stars. Second, to vibrate is to create. What the body emits, the universe responds to. Today, we have forgotten the art of conscious vibrational touch. We have reduced spiritual practice to mental processes, while our physical centers of creation remain dormant. But by reclaiming this ritual, you do not merely awaken your body, you recreate your field, and with that, you begin to rewrite the reality you inhabit. Touch is not just a gesture, it is a wave that moves through tissues, through organs, and beyond the boundaries of the body. Research conducted by the HeartMath Institute revealed that states of coherence between the heart, breath, and touch significantly alter the human electromagnetic field. A field that not only expands, but becomes orderly and communicative. When you touch a vibrational center with presence and rhythm, you are sending information into the quantum field. This is not a metaphor, it is biophysics. The polyvagal theory, by Stephen Porges, has shown that conscious touch stimulates pathways of the vagus nerve that induce neurophysiological states of safety and expansion. In this state, the body operates as a more stable and coherent emitter. Rhythmic touch, conscious breathing, aligned intention, this triad creates measurable patterns of bioelectromagic coherence, the ideal condition for the external field to resonate with yours. Therefore, the ritual you are about to discover is not symbolic. It is a practice grounded in clear neuroscientific and electromagnetic principles. Your body vibrates, your field responds, the universe listens. Before you touch, you must first become silent, not the world around you, but the internal dissonance that sabotages the field. Sit in a space where your body can be heard, light breathing, eyes closed. Allow the rhythm of your heart to reveal itself, without forcing it. Now, align three axes: intention, presence, and touch. Without these three, the ritual becomes empty. Your intention must be clear, to awaken the centers of creation. Your presence must be absolute. Each touch is a code you imprint upon the field. The touch is a messenger, not to light, not aggressive, but vibrant. Begin with the sacral center. Touch with the fingertips, using a circular motion with light pressure. Here, you awaken the primordial creative energy, the flow that drives everything that will be generated. Visualize not a color, but a movement, an ascending spiral. This is the code of the sacral center: activation and elevation. Breathe, feel, do not rush. When you sense a subtle expansion, a warmth, a distinct pulse, move on to the next center. Now bring your attention to the solar plexus. This is not just any center. It is the field of vibrational command, where intention and action intertwine. Place the palm of your hand over the area, fingers relaxed. Apply a firm, rhythmic touch, as if you were knocking on the door of an inner temple. Here, you are not simply activating a point. You are reprogramming the emission of your field. Everything you vibrate in terms of self-worth, personal power, and alignment with your purpose flows through this center. As you touch, maintain slow breathing cycles. Inhale to the count of 4. Hold briefly. Exhale to the count of 6, prolonging the release. Visualize a pulse expanding in concentric waves. Each wave carries your new vibrational pattern into the external field. Remain until you feel a sensation of warmth or a slight tingling. This is the sign that the center is beginning to respond. Without breaking your state of presence, guide your hands to the diaphragm, the hidden axis of manifestation. The diaphragm is the great guardian of vibrational flow. Here, old traumas, limiting breathing patterns, and emotional fragments tend to accumulate. Without releasing this axis, the flow between centers remains blocked. Place both hands on the base of the sternum, fingers lightly interlaced. Apply a continuous touch with gentle micropressures in rhythm with your breath. As you inhale, keep the touch steady. As you exhale, allow the pressure to gradually release. This cycle mirrors the natural movement of the field, conscious expansion and contraction. Visualize this point as a membrane becoming translucent. allowing energy to flow freely upward and downward. When you feel your breath becoming wider and lighter, continue. Now bring your left hand to the center of your chest, over the thymus. Touch with subtle taps, like a ceremonial drum. Here you awaken the frequency of openness and connection with the field. Each touch strengthens the vibrational coherence between your inner and outer fields. Finally, bring your fingertips to the center of your forehead, over the pineal gland. Touch in very small circles, with extreme lightness. This is the final seal, the elevation of vibrational perception. The body then becomes a living portal between intention and manifestation. Christopher was not seeking answers, he was seeking a sound. A sound that vibrated in his dreams like a calling. Always the same, deep, resonant, undulating, as if born from the very womb of the earth. But upon waking, only an echo remained, a resonant emptiness he could not fill. It was this sound that guided him to an ancient temple in the hills of Iona. There, among moss-covered stones and air thick with incense, he found a silent ritual. No promises, no explanations, only a master, only the touch. Your body sings before you speak, the master whispered, and the ritual began. Lying on a slab of warm stone, Christopher felt the first pressures on his sacral center. It was not a simple touch. It was as if invisible fingers were tracing forgotten strings within him. At the solar plexus, warmth rose like liquid fire, burning away old resistances. With each touch, waves of energy seemed to redraw the contours of his vibrational field. When the hands reached a diaphragm, a jolt went through him. Tears came, not of sadness, but of release. Deep breaths, moving through pathways once sealed. At the thymus, a gentle vibration filled his chest, dissolving silences that had weighed on him for years. And at the pineal gland, the sound, that primordial sound, no longer an echo from his dreams, real, alive, pulsating. As he rose, Christopher understood. It is not about understanding with the mind, it is about touching with awareness and allowing the body to reveal its true vibrational song. When practicing the ritual, a silent obstacle often arises, not in the field, but in the mind. We expect to feel explosions of energy. We expect the centers to vibrate like sacred bells with the very first touches. But the body does not respond to the command of expectation. It responds in layers, and each layer has its own timing. It is in this space between touch and response that many give up. The modern mind has been conditioned to expect instant results. When no immediate sign is perceived, it judges the process as flawed. This is the first trap. The second is more subtle, the desire to control the experience. The ritual is not about control, it is about listening. When you try to force a response, the field closes even further. So understand, the absence of sensation does not mean the absence of transformation. The body works in depths that conscious perception will only reach over time. Conscious persistence is the key. Each time you return to the ritual, a new level of openness is revealed. Sometimes the change begins in your sleep, sometimes in your emotions, sometimes in subtle synchronicities that begin to appear around you. Trust the vibrational cycle. Touch with intention. Remain with presence. Allow the body, in its own time, to summon the forgotten frequencies. The Hermetic principle does not fail. That which vibrates in coherence does not need to be visible to be real. Manifestation happens first in the invisible. Persist, touch, listen, trust. Now you understand, the body is not a mere supporting player in the process of manifestation. It is a living portal, a vibrational emitter that communicates with the very fabric of the universe. The centers you have touched are not merely physical points. They are energetic archetypes, connected to ancient flows that pass through your quantum field and resonate within the collective field. Each conscious touch, each integrated breath, each moment of presence in this ritual strengthens a new vibrational geometry around you. A geometry that not only attracts experiences, it builds realities. The greatest mistake one can make is to keep these centers dormant, hoping that the mind alone will rewrite destiny. Isolated thoughts are fragile waves, but a whole body vibrating in coherence. This is a call the field cannot ignore. And remember, the results are not limited to the manifestation of external desires. The true gift of this ritual is the reconnection with your inner axis of creation. It is to feel fully alive, inhabiting a body that resonates in harmony with the life you wish to experience. As Heraclitus once said, the hidden harmony is more powerful than the visible. Therefore, do not let this knowledge remain as theory. Do not leave it behind as just another video you have watched. Bring it into your practice. Touch, breathe, reactivate. Each ritual is a step on the journey of transforming the body into a clear channel of conscious manifestation. And each step is an invitation for the invisible to respond. Remember, each center you awaken does not only alter your body, it alters the secret rhythm of reality. If this content resonated with you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. Write in the comments this mantra phrase, "I consciously activate the centers of creation within my body." This phrase will anchor, in your field, the vibration you have begun to awaken through this ritual. Share this video with someone you feel needs to remember the dormant power that resides in the body. And click on the screen to watch another transformative video on the Transcend channel. Remember, when the body vibrates in harmony, the field does not merely listen, it responds.